This is week 13, lesson 1. Okay, so I'm going to do the top 4 equations here as notes, and then you'll finish the worksheet as the assignment. When you turn this in, make sure you do have the notes done as well, right? So you do have to do 1 through 4 as well. Okay, so first thing I want you to notice on these is that it's saying to solve, which means by the time we're done, we're going to know what x equals. All right, also it says to state any restrictions on the domain. What that means for these particular problems is that you're not allowed to have a 0 in the denominator. Okay, so that only matters if you see a variable in the denominator. So like on number one, if I'm looking at this, there's no letters in the denominator, so I don't need to worry about any restrictions. Okay, I'll talk about it more on 2, 3, and 4 because there is a restriction there. Okay, so for number 1, if you remember, solving proportions is most easily done by cross multiplying. So if I multiply here, I get 6x. If I multiply here, I get 180. And if you divide both sides by 6, we get x equals 30. Okay, now if you take a look at number 2, here I see a variable in the denominator, right? So what I want to do is solve that equation because I don't want x to equal, I don't want the denominator to equal 0. So all I do is I subtract 5 from both sides, and then you can see that x cannot equal -5. All right, now that that is done, give me a sec, I'm trying to erase some stuff. There we go. Now that that's done, let me just solve this like I did the other. If I multiply this way, I get 50. If I multiply this way, I have 2 times x plus 5. So I'm going to have to distribute. Subtract 10 from both sides. And divide both sides by 2. And x equals 20. Which notice is totally fine. It's not a contradiction on this restriction. Sometimes you'll have this restriction and then you'll do the problem and you'll get the exact same number. And when that happens, it means that there's no solution. Okay, so let's take a look at number 3. Now notice on this one that there are 2 separate denominators here that have a variable in them. So I need to solve both of those. So I want x not to equal 0, and I want 3x plus 2 not to equal 0. Now the top one's already solved, so I'm good there. But on the second one, I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. And then divide both sides by 3. So x cannot equal -2/3. It also cannot equal 0 up here. Okay, so now cross multiplying, I get 8x. And then here, let me kind of erase this. There's some stuff in my way here. Whoa, that's a lot. Okay, hold on. Maybe this way. Maybe I can erase this. There we go. Okay. On this cross multiplying, I'm just going to distribute as I go. All right, so the 4 times the 3x is 12x, and the 4 times the 2 is 8. Okay, so if I subtract 12x from both sides, and divide both sides by -4, I get -2. Okay, and this answer does not contradict either of my 2 restrictions. Okay, and then this last one, first thing, let's state the restriction. K minus 2 is not allowed to equal 0, which means k is not allowed to equal 2. Okay, so then I'm going to cross multiply. Actually, let me move this up. I need a little bit more room. Multiplying this way, I get 24. Now, multiplying this way, when I have k plus 3 times k minus 2, I have to actually FOIL that. Okay, so foiling, I get k squared. The inners and the outers give me k, and the last gives me -6. Now, to solve this one, because it's a quadratic, I have to make sure it equals 0. So I'm going to move the 24 to this side, which gives me k squared plus k minus 30. All right, now if I'm lucky, this will factor, and if I'm not lucky, I'll do the quadratic formula, but this one does factor. K plus 6 and k minus 5. And then you set each of these equal to 0, which gives me two answers, -6 and 5. All right, both of these are totally fine. They don't contradict this restriction, so this one just happens to have two answers.